HighGuard, I think it's time for you to go away. The people have spoken. You're cooked. You see, HighGuard had the slot in the Video Game Awards. It was the last one that came on. It was the main event of the evening. And to no one's surprise, we got the most mixed reviews I ever seen in my life. The people were waiting for this game to fail, and the people were not disappointed. HighGuard, as of this day, I made this video, have been a colossal disappointment. You can't come out in 2026 and be completely mid and expect people to actually play your game. No, they will not. They will play it for a little bit and leave. And don't get me started on thinking streamers was gonna save you, bud. Streamers, they are fickle, man. And not in a bad way, in a good way. That you know exactly what side of the fence they're on when they're playing the game. If they look like they're having a bad time, like someone poured their cereal without any milk, and that thing's stale and crunchy, and it's scratching up the back of their throat, choking, then you know exactly what happened. But when that thing has some nice milk in it, sweet, and they go, good, yeah. That's not what happened with HighGuard. Those streamers buried it 10 feet deep. Then we have the creators, which kind of mix with YouTubers. Streamers. On Twitter, on TikTok, on Snap, wherever you go, unless you are the most optimistic guy in the world, which some of us are, naturally, they're putting this game away. But how did we get here? Well, the promotional material that I combed over is anything to say about the situation, we have 61 people exactly to blame. The creators from Apex Legends and Titanfall. Oh, wait a minute. Seemed like they removed that from the promotional material. That's interesting. Well, there's someone to blame. This time, no one will escape accountability. We're gonna get actual people from the studio. They can't just shut down the studio this time. And we just be like, oh yeah, at least it's done for, and then scatter these people to different departments. And we have to go through this again. They can't. Oh, that's what they're gonna do. So we're just gonna go through this again, over and over again. This mid. You see, you can't copy the success of some of these games. Even if you make a 1-to-1 formula, what happened with Fortnite, it's probably not gonna work again. You got to see the landscape of what's going on in the industry, and you got to look ahead. Yes, ahead, because these guys are in development in these games 4 years behind. So by the time their game releases, the landscape is totally different. So think about when they started this game. They said about 4 years ago. It was 2022. HighGuard would have done well in 2022. It would have. But it's 2026. We got to look towards the future, ladies and gentlemen. You think even now, 5 years after it released, well, has it been 5 years? Maybe 4. Elden Ring is still a very popular game. Even with its release of its sister game, Night Rain, it's very popular. But you can't expect that unless you have a history to go along with that. Dark Souls if I to believe their timeline, to believe by the time they were incepting this game, they already had games that are similar to it that were highly successful. This is a new studio trying something new. I would have went for something a little bit more innovative. Like, or genre defining of a shooter game, like they were saying. But when you play it, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like a $9.99 game I get on the PlayStation Store. Like KO Knockout, that dodgeball game. That's what it feels like. It feels cheap. It feels not what we wanted in that hype slot. If I would have came across this game like at night, 2 a.m., looking through, the PlayStation Store, bored as heck, and HighGuard came on for free, and I played that game, I would be full disclosure. I would have said it was a fun time, and I would have actually recommended to some people. But for it to be this hyped, and we get that, insane, preposterous. I think we need to have a long conversation on why some game developers and some studios and people who hype these games up need to talk to each other. And whoever decided this was a good idea to release, maybe they should stop being in the video game industry and go do something else. This was a flop.